Bonjour Y'all. Welcome to Wellness for Everybody. I'm Amanda, and today I'm going to show you some different things to help with what most of us call sciatica, but it could also be something deeper called piriformis syndrome. A lot of people think that when they feel pressure in the lower back that runs down their leg, that they have their sciatic nerve is messing up, right? So sometimes that's the case, sometimes it's something a little deeper. What happens is that sciatic nerve will run through the piriformis and it predisposes us to the piriformis syndrome. And when that happens, we get pain in the opposite side of that sciatic nerve. You might get some numbness in your feet, pain just from sitting, but typically will get better as we move. So you would really need to get a doctor's diagnosis on that to determine that that is what you have. But I'm going to show you some stretches that are going to help with either of those, sciatica or piriformis, just to help you feel better until you get that actual diagnosis. So the first one we're going to do is a seated figure 4 stretch. So you're sitting down, knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, sitting up nice and tall. Typically, whatever side you're feeling the pain on, so let's say if the right side of your lower back and down that hip was hurting, you want to cross that leg over the left. Keeping the foot flexed as much as possible. Remember, we never want any pain on any of these stretches, so if you feel pain when everything's flexed, back out, we don't want any pain. All right, so my leg can go down pretty far. If yours sits up here, that's okay. Just a little pressure on it to push it down, as long as you're not feeling any pain. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to hinge at the hips and just push over that leg until you feel that slight gentle stretch. And the good thing about this particular stretch is you can control how deep you go into the stretch, and it kind of helps being able to do that. And you can back out. Usually you want to hold a stretch 15-20 seconds, or just until you can't take it anymore. Again, if there's any pain, don't do it. And then you can switch sides. Keeping the back flat as you do this. Always breathing through the stretches. Never any pain. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is the same stretch, but standing. And it's very similar, but you're getting the stretch in a different manner. So bear with me just a moment and I'll be right back with that. All right, so we're back. I am in this case going to hold on to the wall. If you have a chair nearby, you can hold on to the back of the chair just to help with the balance. If you have great balance, great, you can do it without holding on to anything, but I always recommend having something nearby just so you don't fall. So again, whichever side is hurting is the side you want to start with. So we're just going to bend your knees slightly, like if you're going to sit into a chair. And I'm going to use my right leg. I'm going to pick it up and gently set it across my left knee. Now this is the same stretch, but you're just in it a little different. You're not able to get as deep, but this is really good also for building up some muscle in your knees and in your quads to help with some other issues. And anytime you can build muscle up, it helps as well because you're protecting your joints and your tendons in that area. So same stretch, you're able to push your hips back, your knee is slightly bent. We never want any pain, so if you feel any pain, please do not do this stretch. All right, and again, same thing with the opposite side. And then again, this is just a standing form of the seated figure 4. Okay, and that's that one. So now I'm going to take you onto the mat and show you a couple more stretches, and hopefully all this will help. Give me just a moment. All right, so we're back. We're on the mat. The first one I'm going to show you down here is another version of the first two I've showed you. This one is commonly done in yoga. It's called a pigeon stretch. Some people don't feel as comfortable doing it because they can't quite get their leg right. I'm going to show you it just in case you're able to do it. Yoga blocks are always a good option to use with it, but I'm just going to show you how to do it and we'll move on from there. So I'm going to face the camera so you can see. What I usually do to help people get into this is I'll tell them to sit like this, take one leg and push behind you. All right, so you're going to be like this. Your hips not necessarily having to be on the floor, but you have your leg bent, the other one stretched behind you. So from a side view, it's like this. Now I'm pretty flexible. Some people don't get all the way down with this. They look more like this, or this is the proper way to be. And there's several different things you can do from this to get extra stretches, but ones we're focusing on today, this is the manner to be in. So I'm getting the stretch right through here, which is where you should feel it. And this is called pigeon. And that's that one. And then switch positions. So the other leg comes in front, leg stretches back. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is a supine twist. I've showed you this one before too for your back. So this one's great for your lower back, and your lower back is where that sciatic nerve starts. So if you can help with the lower back, that tends to help with a lot of that other pain as well. So we're just gonna lay back. We're gonna stretch one leg out long. Take the other leg, we're leaving it bent. We're letting it fall to the side. And you can use your hand if you like to kind of pull it further down. You don't have to. The goal is to keep your shoulder, your opposite shoulder, as far down as you can. Now, shoulder injuries, things like that tend to prevent it from going all the way down. So it's okay if it comes up. Again, we don't want pain. So in this case, my shoulder doesn't stay all the way down. So I just keep it where I can and still get that twist in my lower back. And this is called your supine twist. And so you can see it from the other side and see what I'm talking about with the shoulder. This leg's bent, going to the side, shoulder automatically comes up. So I don't want to force it down. So I'm just going to let it lie where it does without it coming all the way over. And that stretches right through here. Make sure you breathe. No pain. Okay. So while I'm in this position, the next one is great for the deep sensations we get in our glutes. A lot of people have a hard time finding the stretch for the deep sensations inside the glute, and this is how you take care of that. So stretching one leg long. So in my case, I've got my left leg long. I'm going to take my right knee and pull it in, but instead of pulling it straight up, I'm going to gently twist just a little bit towards my left shoulder. And that's going to get those deep muscles inside the glute that you can't really get in other stretches. The deeper you pull, deeper the stretch. No pain, never any pain, just a slight stretch sensation is all you want. And once you feel complete there, we switch sides. One the knee in and slightly over towards the opposite shoulder. And that's that. So the next one we're going to do is a butterfly stretch, and it's going to help these little muscles right inside the inner thigh. So we're going to sit up straight, putting the soles of our feet together. All right? Now, a lot of people can only get here. That's okay. You're going to use your elbows to push down as far as you can, not bending into it, just sitting up straight, using your elbows. If it gets painful, ease out of it just a little bit. But let your legs go as far as they'll go into the stretch, and that's going to stretch these little muscles. Any of these little muscles that are around that area is going to help with the support of it. All right, so if you are like this, like I am, I can get pretty low down. This isn't difficult for me. So if you have the same flexibility and you need that stretch, that's when you keep in your back flat, you hinge at the hips, and that'll give you that stretch. And just breathing into it. And if you follow your breath, your exhales will actually let you fall into a stretch a little bit deeper. So I'm inhaling, and on my exhale, it allows my body to go a little bit further. All right, so those are the stretches I have for you today. We did the seated figure 4, we've done the standing figure 4, and we've done the pigeon. We've done the supine twist. We've done the stretch with the knee going to the opposite elbow, and we've done the butterfly. All of those are working the muscles around the sciatic nerve and the piriformis to help support them and also gently stretch that area. So if you've liked what you've seen here today, if you've learned anything, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on Wellness for Everyone.